I've always been aware of God in my life, and I've had an inner dialogue with God for as long as I can remember, right back from when I was really, really small. And that sort of dialogue often gave me a sense of direction and understanding of life and the world, really. And then one day I walked in to a girls' brigade group in a church that was opposite me, literally 2 minutes across the road, a Methodist church. And when I walked in there, I thought there's something different about this space and about the people in it. And one of the things was the approach of the leaders within it and the group as well, the girls themselves that were involved in this. I was 13 years of age, and I was a little bit lost. I was running away from school and sort of playing truant, and was getting in a lot of trouble about that. I couldn't really connect at school. And these leaders saw something in me and encouraged me. And the group itself was just really friendly, and there was no competition. It was just an open space where your voice was heard. I was encouraged to take on leadership and mentored. And I started helping with the sort of 7 to 11-year-olds when I was about 14. And in that, I shadowed other leaders, and I went to leadership training from age 14, and learnt a lot about being with and alongside children and young people, and helping them to sort of unpack their understanding of God, and to explore their spirituality, and to find a faith language, and to learn how to express that and to talk about God. And this has really been a catalyst for my life's calling, actually, about being involved with children, the ministry with children and young people, and in particular about mentoring children and young people, encouraging them in leadership, about participation, and creating spaces, brave spaces, where children and young people can talk about big questions and life, and ask about God, and feel free in using the language of God within that. And I suppose really that led me to my role, my current role as a children, youth and family ministry coordinator, and that passion to encourage those that are volunteering or are paid to be in a role in a church, with ministry amongst children, young people and families, and to support them in equipping them for what they're doing in their ministry and responding to their calling. And the practitioning that I do each week in my group, still with Girls Brigade, and in my local Methodist church, really helps to inform what I do in my work, but also helps me to understand still the relevance of my calling, and to reflect on that actually I'm still being called to do this work and this ministry. And I think for me, what I love about it is the wide variety of ages I interact with, and the different communities that I'm involved in through the Girls Brigade in my local church, and the different spaces where I get to be with and amongst children and young people, talking about God and why that's relevant in their lives, seeing them thrive and participating, co-creating their ministry together with adults. And I treasure that. It's a real gift. And I've now been around long enough to see many, many generations engaging and being involved in this. And I still see those young people as sort of adults now, getting into their 30s and 40s, who are still engaged in different communities and with each other, and in different churches. And I really treasure that experience that I've had, and the continued experience I have each week with children and young people. It's a gift and it's a blessing. And it reminds me about why this ministry, why my job, why volunteering my local church, why Girls Brigade. And I still think about the very moment that I walked into the door of the church, and with those leaders from the church, who were involved in Girls' Brigade leadership, and how they saw me. They really saw me, and they listened to me, and they included me in conversation and dialogue, and they included me in leadership and creating everything around us. And I still treasure that, and I take that to the heart of what I do in my ministry. And it's still a continued blessing, and it still has God at the centre of it.